The Arizona Cardinals might be sitting on the edge of their greatest turning point in a decade, and nobody seems ready for it. After years of painful rebuilds and gut-wrenching collapses, this franchise has quietly stacked a roster with enough firepower to shake the entire NFC West. From a rookie wideout who could light up scoreboards to a defense built to break rival quarterbacks, the Cardinals have loaded every chamber. But here's the twist that nobody's talking about. The only thing holding them back could be the same man who was supposed to carry them all along. If you line up the names, it looks like a dream. Marvin Harrison Jr. is already flashing the spark of a superstar with 8 touchdowns as a rookie. Trey McBride turned into a top-tier tight end with over 1,100 yards, while James Conner bashed defenses for more than 1,000 on the ground. Arizona even brought in Walter Nolan, a monster up front, to help anchor a defense built around Budda Baker's toughness and Josh Sweat's edge-bending speed. These are not random pieces. This is a blueprint drawn to hunt down teams like the Rams and 49ers. Still, every blueprint needs a field general, and the question echoes louder every day: can Kyler Murray really lead all this firepower when the pressure hits hardest? What nobody wants to say out loud is that Arizona might have everything except a sure thing at quarterback. The roster is packed, the window is wide open, but it only swings as far as Kyler can push it. The scary part is he has the skills to burn defenses, but not yet the consistency to keep the fire burning all season. And that's why this story feels like a fuse ready to snap, because if Kyler Murray steps up, the Cardinals could finally break through. If he doesn't, it all comes crashing down again. And that brings us to the names lining up around him, the weapons ready to explode, if only their quarterback can light the match. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Cardinals and all the NFL content. Let's aim for 300 likes on this video. Nobody expected the Arizona Cardinals to quietly gather one of the most dangerous arsenals in football, but that is exactly what has happened. Marvin Harrison Jr., fresh off a season that left defenders gasping, is already drawing double teams after racking up 8 touchdowns and nearly 900 yards. Opposite him, Michael Wilson turned heads with his toughness, while Greg Dortch carved out a steady role as a reliable third target. These names might not spark fear on their own, but lined up together, they paint a picture of an attack that can break open games in seconds. The real shock comes at tight end, where Trey McBride delivered a season few saw coming, pulling down over 1,100 yards with the kind of route running that leaves linebackers spinning. In the backfield, James Conner keeps pounding away, putting up more than 1,000 rushing yards last year, proving once again that he is one of the NFL's most overlooked weapons. And do not forget Trey Benson, a fresh arrival with explosive speed who could flip the field on any handoff. The Cardinals have layered their offense with a perfect mix of bruisers and burners, a formula designed to punish defenses who sell out to stop just one piece. What nobody is talking about is how all these talents might be wasted if the guy taking the snaps can't put it together. Kyler Murray stands at the center of this loaded cast, and he holds the keys to every yard they hope to gain. If he can command these weapons, Arizona might not just reach the playoffs, they could stun the entire conference. But there is a reason nobody is quite ready to believe it yet, and that reason is tied to his own battle with consistency. The bigger question is whether Kyler can flip the switch before this roster's window slams shut, and that's where his personal story takes over. Every Arizona fan has seen glimpses of Kyler Murray doing things only a handful of quarterbacks can even dream of, and that is what makes this so frustrating. Nobody can deny he has the tools: the rocket arm, the quick twitch burst, the fearless scrambling that can tear a defense apart in seconds. He proved that back in his breakout moments with DeAndre Hopkins, launching a Hail Mary that still gets replayed to this day. He showed it again torching defenders early last year, stacking up 13 touchdowns in just 8 games. But here's the part that keeps Arizona stuck. Kyler simply cannot keep it going all year. The drop-off hits like a cold shock, his numbers crashing to 10 touchdowns with 8 interceptions in the back half, dragging Arizona down with him. It is a pattern nobody seems able to break, even after swapping out coaches and reshaping the playbook. Fans keep waiting for that next step, the moment he owns the position with no excuses. Yet every time the team feels close to turning a corner, he fades out just when they need him most. The timing could not be worse for a quarterback paid like a franchise savior, and patience in Arizona is running out fast. What nobody is saying clearly enough is that Kyler's window to prove himself is slamming shut, and there might not be another. He is surrounded by a stacked roster and a division ready to be attacked, but he must rise above the chaos, not sink into it. If he wants to lift this franchise out of its painful history, he cannot keep repeating the same mistakes. That is why the real challenge starts inside his own mind, where decisions matter more than any highlight reel, and every snap could change the story of his career. Every quarterback needs a fortress, and that has been missing for Kyler Murray since day one. Arizona's pass protection has failed him too many times, leaving him battered and scrambling for survival. Nobody can forget how often he has been pressured straight up the gut, thanks to a shaky interior line that crumbles under power. Evan Brown and Isaiah Adams might battle hard, but their inconsistency puts Kyler in impossible spots. Meanwhile, the edges look stronger than ever, with Paris Johnson Jr. already proving he can hold down one side and Jonah Williams steady on the other. The question is whether the middle of this line can finally stand up when the blitz comes roaring through. The scheme only makes things harder. Drew Petzing, the offensive coordinator, has been too conservative for a player like Kyler, forcing him to work from the pocket instead of using the very skills that make him dangerous. The playbook has missed simple answers like rollouts, bootlegs, and run-pass options that could buy him time and unlock his natural instincts. When you force an electric athlete to stay frozen behind the center, you strip away his best weapon, and with Kyler's size, the window to see over collapsing linemen is tight, making it even riskier to sit still. Fans are tired of excuses about system fits and play-calling comfort zones. They want to see Arizona's coaches build an offense that lets Kyler move, improvise, and strike before defenders can react. This line has to give him a clean pocket to step into throws, and Petzing must free him from these rigid patterns. If the Cardinals can protect their quarterback and match the scheme to his gifts, the payoff could be massive, but if they keep repeating the same script, it will collapse again. And that is why we need to look at the other side of this roster, the defenders who could help rescue this team when the offense stumbles. The Arizona Cardinals have seen their defense break apart far too many times in the moments that matter, but that storyline might finally shift. Jonathan Gannon, a head coach with a proven defensive mind, has stepped in determined to rebuild this side of the ball from the ground up. The most powerful addition could be Walter Nolan, a rookie from Ole Miss whose 6.5 sacks in college proved he can disrupt defenses from the inside. Gannon is counting on Nolan to plug a run defense that has been shredded year after year, while collapsing pockets to help the pass rush thrive. Stacked around him are reinforcements with real bite. Josh Sweat brings 8 sacks from his time in Philadelphia and is expected to hammer quarterbacks in a division that includes Matthew Stafford and Brock Purdy. Dalvin Tomlinson, a true run stuffer, will clog lanes to free up edge rushers, while Calais Campbell offers veteran leadership in what could be his final season. In the secondary, Arizona took a swing on Will Johnson, a rookie corner who slipped in the draft but has the skills to become a #1 cover man. And Budda Baker, the heart of this defense, stays ready to strike down tight ends and punish mistakes over the middle. So now the spotlight is yours. Do you think Kyler Murray can finally break through and guide Arizona to a playoff win? Can he handle the pressure with the entire city watching his every move? Drop your thoughts down below and tell us what you would do if you were in charge of the Cardinals. And if you want to follow every step of this wild journey, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and join this community as we keep breaking down every twist and turn of Arizona's future. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.